like got that kind of anise flavor, but it's sweeter.
It tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
To you, it probably would,
Continue.
yes.
You can continue to hold that opinion.
And for every person who doesn't like that flavor, that it just means more of it for people who do like it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like it. It just reminds me of bad times.
That that is fair. I'll agree to that statement.
Okay, well, I am doing link bombs.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something that may or may not be like a weird statement. Is anyone else confused why we're starting to make medicine products that taste like candy?
There's a
Make
lot
them
of
more
drinks.
appealing for children.
Yeah.
There's
I
like,
mean-
oh,
That's the exact opposite reason you should make it taste like candy.
well,
Mm.
see, the thing is, like, now I have certain drinks, and I'm like, this tastes like medicine.
Well, here's my counter to that. There's so many adults that are basically just giant kids.
Yeah, this is fair.
Well,
My counter to it, medicine is good for you.
yeah,
Take your pills.
except I don't take medicine either.
Well,
like,
that's your fucking problem.
I don't like taking medicine because if I do anything to assist my body in healing, it becomes weaker.
Sure.
It's the exact same reason why I don't get sick. And I have the immune system of an ungodly creature. Because I've never taken medicine to let my body not naturally adapt to things. Anyways, weird rant aside. I'm just confused because I've been recently having to take Tums, like heartburn stuff, because I've been having some bad heartburn recently.
Oof.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably on account of the fact that I'm eating way too much sour stuff and I'm making my stomach acid far more acidic than it should be.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
probably. Yeah, I know. I have the same issue if I have a bender of olives.
It's that, and also the fact of my stomach acid is already more active than it should be and does not at the same time break down certain materials like it should. Looking at you, red meat. I love eating you, but my body hates you.
I wonder if maybe you got bit by a tick years ago and that caused it, because I know that.
I'm not allergic to it. My body just does not digest it very well because I
He's
don't have an
meat
allergic
intolerant.
reaction.
He doesn't have the right enzymes.
Yeah.
It's not the acid, it's the enzymes.
It's actually usually the problem is like foods that when they get cooked end up being oily. And red meat typically has like a lot of fats in it. And my body does not do very well with breaking down anything that's oily.
Yeah,
Except
that's
for
fair.
fish. Fish it's relatively good at. Anyways, I've been
It's
having
just
to
a
take
different sort of fat.
Yeah, it breaks down really easily. It's the reason why you can just literally take fish oil tablets.
And it's the reason why fish boils faster than meat.
Yeah, it's delicious
Well,
though.
one of the reasons.
If it weren't for the fact that I love suffering red meat, I could very easily be a pescatarian.
I don't like cooked fish. Unless
I
it's
do.
smoked salmon. I can tolerate salmon.
But yeah, because I've been having bad heartburn, I've recently started having to take Tums just to deal with it a little bit. And I can't just find like the normal like Tums chalk tablets anymore. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like those flavorless pellets of heartburn relieving goodness. No, now all I can find are these things which are essentially Mentos.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
those are-
chewy fruit smoothie flavored candies.
Oh, I hate the fruit Tums, but the mint ones are okay.
I just
The
hate
mint
it
ones
that
are
I can't just
fantastic.
I hate it because I'm just like this isn't I don't see how this could possibly be helping because this does not taste like a medicinal product. It just tastes like I'm eating a piece of candy, and candy
Yeah,
is
just
the
take some
reason why I'm
Pepto.
in this state. Even
I mean, listen.
Pepto-Bismol doesn't really taste like a medicine to me.
Mint.
But I also like bitter taste, so it's part of the problem.
You do like your bitter and your sour flavors.
I realize that categorically speaking, sour and bitter are not the same flavor, but to me it often feels like sour is bitter in the presence of sugar. Like a lot of things that are sour would not taste sour without the presence of sugar.
I mean,
Eh.
They just taste like bitter and pain. Even though sour is also like spicy, where sour isn't really a flavor, it's an experiential thing of your body reacting to something attacking your tongue.
But it's so good.
I enjoy it.
Anyway,
I am done link bombing.
Alright, let's do introductions.
hello everybody,
Recall.
I'm Armored Hunter, and I play Lizard Boy, who wants to eat, and eat, and eat whatever is currently in his way right now, this red chicken.
apple and banana.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Did you say abba abba a banana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but I'm not even sure what I said, so we'll go with that.
Okay. After we're done with session myth, you should go to sleep.
I should.
And you will. But alright then. Are you done? Sorry, we kind of cut you off, Armored. Were you good?
I was done.
Okay.
Okay, and hello everybody. I'm Danny Boop, or as some people in other servers know me as, is just Da Boop. And
Da boop.
yeah, and I play resident tired tiefling dad, who has had just about enough of this shit, but there's a job that needs to be done, and he's not gonna leave it unfinished because fuck that noise. You start a job, you finish it.
Good weather, good.
Hello, hail. I am CJ, and I play a small, very overworked parkour courier cleric. Joy.
Mystical, magical parkour.
Parkour in the Steam Kingdom.
She also has a grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
Grappling.
Right. Next.
Oh, that me. I am Mythosia.
You know, out of a myth introduction, I'll give that one an 8 out of 10. It's the most words we've gotten out of him from an introduction in like the last 50 sessions.
That's
We did it.
probably true.
Ladies and gentlethems, we've done it.
We got
Ladies and
him.
gentlemen, we got him.
I'm Al. I play the local shit stir of the group.
Hi, I'm Al. I play Al.
I'm
Kinda. Yes,
Yeah.
but no.
Listen, we can't
But
fault you.
no.
We have someone in the other game who is Failsy and plays Failsy.
Oh, I
yes.
thought you were just gonna say Brimstone is me with a gun.
No, Brimstone has more energy than you do.
He's also had a successful relationship.
Oof.
Well, debatable. It's currently successful, but it wasn't in the past.
I
For
mean,
outside reasons, at least.
Yes, her action's not his own.
Yes.
Anyways.
I guess I do play
Yeah.
me, but with more courage.
Fair enough.
But still just a nerd.
Yes. Maybe.
That is a unifying factor. You are just a nerd.
Mm.
Anyways. Are you good with that?
Me?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I know
I
a
was
lot of
just-
shit.
I was just
Mhm.
making sure that your intro was over.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were
Also-
asking me if I was okay with being a nerd. I'm like, yes.
I'm just
No,
a nerd,
that's
and
not-
life is a nightmare.
Listen, that's not something you have to be okay with. That's something you have to live with.
I mean, it'd be nice to be okay with it, you know?
Anyways.
Hmm.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Ash. I'm the DM for this group of strangers and weirdos and strange people in general. I'm gonna go ahead and be open about this. I'm a little under the weather, not because I'm sick, but because I've had a cough and I burned a slight pit in the middle of my tongue by eating too many sour foods. Don't do that, people. No matter how much you love sour foods, stop giving into the temptation of eating one after another until your gums are bleeding and your tongue is got a hole developing in it. Don't do it.
Counterpoint, do it.
It's a good counterpoint. I think I will. Anyways,
Submit
Let's-
to the entropy of agent.
yeah. Let's get into things. Hopefully, this works. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Can
Be
hear
good.
you.
Hello. Welcome, dear abnormals and listeners alike. I know how to speak, of course. It is I, your most illustrious of MCs, White Noise here, yet again to bring you another installment of the Ada Report. When last we saw our agents, trouble was afoot. Making their way through the city led to eyes on them around every corner, as more of these filming robots stalked their every move. Even as the coast seemed clear and they were seemingly alone in Philip's home, there was still tension in the air, and a tension that carried with it the slightest scent of oil. Discovering the anomalous item for which they seeked was an apparent old holy symbol of the forgotten god of bounty, as they discovered it, had been replaced with a cheap forgery, and Philip's home set with booby traps to set the entire location ablaze. We join them now again, stirring from an evening's rest at the school dorms, bright and early. Hopefully the view mod is off now.
Yep, it is.
Alright then. So yes, we are coming to as the first rays of morning sunlight start peeking in through the windows of your respective dorm rooms you were lent for the evening. Courtesy of the school, obviously. You weren't allowed to just break in and sleep somewhere. Though I'm sure some of you might have.
Open up.
That's basically what Kovgum did anyway.
Yeah, you're sleeping in like a campus fountain.
No,
I think you're actually sleeping outside.
yeah, he's sleeping outside. Just went in a completely different direction. Is now just sleeping in some canal somewhere.
Again, it's a fountain because there are no canals in this part of the city that you would be easily able to access. But
Fair.
the reason you are all being made to awaken this early is not necessarily because of a alarm set by you or because the morning sunlight wakens you rather nicely and calmly. It is instead because you start hearing a blaring sound as a intercom comes to life in all of the dorm rooms. Stating rather plainly in a somewhat robotic voice, just, "The lunch cafeteria is now opening up. Please make your way there post haste if you wish to receive your daily recommended nutrition. This message will repeat every 5 minutes until the 30-minute hour has passed."
Oh my god.
And much as it says, that same message blares over the intercom every 5 minutes over the next 30. Which, at this point, it's probably right around 7 in the morning? You were all assigned relatively close rooms to each other.
Except for me.
Yeah. You just got to go back and sleep in places that are more comfortable, even if the trek is further. You might still be
Yeah.
asleep right now. Cove Gum kind of
Probably.
still the same.
Ali's just grumpy. They didn't manage to fall asleep. They didn't weren't allowed the chance to sleep inside of the robotics lab.
Oh my god.
No, the janitor shooed you out with a broom. Like you were a raccoon.
She's just like,
Yeah, you probably really tried.
Alright, so
But I
as you all are...
wanna.
but the robots.
So yeah, at this point it would be Alu, Zadi, and Rifon all together.
I've certainly had worse alarms.
I don't need sustenance. I need robots.
Oh my god.
It's like that the meme. I need answers.
I need answers.
Yeah. And Philip is waking up around the same time as well. As you all are actually coming out of the rooms, you would find that there are quite a few other students pretty much filtering out in a similar state of being rudely awoken. Some of them taking it better than others, and some of them clearly were already awake. Some of them have literally just woken up and are still barely in pajamas, but are still making their way towards whatever is apparently the cafeteria of the storms, or of the school.
And some of them never slept at all.
Possible.
So should we wait for the rest of them? Should we go find? Maybe we should go find Goofgum before bad things happen.
Yeah, I can call Cecil while we're looking for Cove.
You have, like, a thing you could message him with, don't you?
Yeah, but there's also the real possibility that he might forget.
Philip just sort of shrugs, not knowing really how to respond to that.
Poor Philip.
He's so normal.
He's so normal. This
I guess if
poor
he does
boy.
At this point, he has finally taken off that glove, by the way.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Wait.
he didn't sleep with it on.
Fair.
So, what now then? Just get your group back together, and what's our next stage? It clearly seems some of the confidence that he had last night has died down.
Figure out an attack plan. Or, well, just plan in general, I guess.
Alright. So... Okay. He just sort of, like, rubs the back of his head. I guess we can go get breakfast and you can get your friends to come by here then.
Sure.
You know, the dorms don't really check your pass, or they don't check, like, your student pass or anything to get it. Yes. I would say that's probably something you did before you got shooed out with a broom. Like, you spent some time in the robotics lab last night before you got aggressively shooed away from the place with a broom, and then you finished it in the dorm room.
Okay, cool. We're still around in the dorm area?
Yeah, at this point you guys are.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't really check student passes or anything to let you get into the cafeteria, so... Plus,
So what you're saying is free food.
I mean, it's part of tuition, but yeah.
No.
He just sort of shrugs, just like you pay. You clearly get the idea that you pay a lot to get into this school. They're at least going to feed you.
That is fair.
Not the way it is with all schools, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
at least seems to be the way it is at this school.
Yeah.
I guess I'll show you all where it is if you want to message your other companions while we're making our way down there.
If Cove,
I
if
can
Cove,
take care of that.
if Cove makes a ruckus, at least we'll know where he is.
I don't
I
imagine he'll be hard to
know-
find.
Probably not.
2-3 hours later, they still haven't found him.
Just hiding in the fountain.
Speaking of which, as you all start making your way down, sending your your messages out, Ryfon with you calling Cecil to get them a little bit up to date on the plan.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna chip over to Kovgum.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Kovgum, you are being stirred to wake not only by the rising of the morning sun, which normally tells you it's time to wake up and start gathering up that glorious sunlight goodness, but also because you're being poked with something.
Yeah. An eye just flicks right open.
You
I
flick
absolutely
your
just
eye
push your
flicks
tongue. Just, bleh.
your eye flicks open to see a what you can immediately see is a little girl, like a little human girl who is poking you with a stick. Because you are currently in a sort of small social square with a large fountain in it. Per kind of how we discussed where Kovgum would stay previously. Just somewhere outside the school where he could find a body of water to sleep in.
Yes. Mm, just immediately tail flips, his head spins, teeth are bared. What is it?
The response you immediately get is silence and a wide-eyed stare from this little girl. Before she just slowly, her mouth just like slowly spreads into a smile. Big lizard man.
Gaily puppy.
Mm,
I wanted to know if you were dead or not. You look dead. You don't look dead now.
It's not usually the response I get.
What's Kovgum's passive perception and insight, or passive perception and investigation?
Perception is a 14. Investigation is a 12.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a human girl, but there is something you immediately notice that does seem kind of off about her. She seems to have little bits of metal stapled to her body, or almost like you would say welded, almost like scales, but not in any specific pattern. It just immediately catches you as kind of odd.
What are you doing, young one?
I wanted to make sure you weren't dead.
I am not dead.
Okay. And she just sort of like hops up and sits on the edge of the pond, or edge of the fountain. Just like kicking her little feet.
He starts to rise up out of the fountain, shaking the water off. Gets out and just starts putting on the the his stuff that he had stashed in the water.
Yeah, it's weird, Kovgum. There are also like a bunch of coins sitting in this pond for some reason. You're not sure why. As far as you're aware, humans put a lot of value in these coins, but there's just like a bunch of like loose copper pieces just sitting in this pond, or keep saying pond, fountain.
He'll just scoop up a handful mm, and just be confused before shoving them into his bag.
When she sees you do that, she just sort of nods. That's what I was here to do, too. And then I saw you, and I wanted to make sure you weren't dead.
Why these shiny coins here?
Some people are kind of weird, and they have too much pocket money, and they think that they can, like, throw it into a fountain and make a wish on it, or, like, get good luck for it. I don't understand it either.
That is
Yeah.
very stupid.
Yeah. By the way, for the sake of reference, as far as Kovkum can tell, this is probably like a 10 or 11-year-old girl. He doesn't have a lot of context for human ages, especially when they're young.
All
But
he just knows that she's young.
yeah, not quite barely walking baby stage, and not quite actually able to fight stage. Weird, awkward in between stage.
Mm,
It is pretty dumb. But it means that there's money to pick up and money to be made from cleaning the fountain.
That is how you survive.
She just sort of nods a little bit.
Eh. You soft skins find so many weird ways to survive.
Soft skin. I guess. Well, we kind of have to. There's a lot of things that can kill you when you got soft skin. Gotta find a lot of ways to live.
Hmm.
She like looks
Yes.
over towards you for affirmation almost.
None of you would survive in each Garval.
I don't know what that word means. Is that where you come from?
Yes.
Probably not then. Well, she sort of rolls up the pants legs of the pants she's wearing and swings her legs over the edge of the fountain, steps into it with you. Well, I gotta start cleaning. I'm glad you're not dead, mister.
Okay. He just starts walking away out of the fountain.
Yep. It's probably about this time that you start getting a message from Ryfon as he's sending out, trying to figure out where you are. So it can continue from there.
Recon, just like 2 minutes pass, and eventually you hear, "I'm alive. Didn't find anything. I shall hunt."
Just to get the reply, well, there's free food where we are if you want to save your energy.
I'll be there.
Free food?
I want to just imagine his thought process was, but all food is free. You just have to hunt it. Then thinking again, but this is food I will be given and not have to hunt. I will save energy and only gain energy. This is a favorable outcome.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Just
Just a brief pause of, but all food. No, wait. Easy food. That much better.
Easy
All right.
food is good food.
Yes. So as you're making your way back to the dorms, you, with your good sense of direction from being a hunter, know how to get yourself back to them without any issue. And especially if you actually have continued chatting with Ryphon a little bit to get exact directions to where the cafeteria is, you make your way back without any problem.
Nah, he relies on himself for directions.
Fair enough. Well, then you at least find the dorms easy enough, and then the smell of food guides you the rest of the way.
Just this stinking, somewhat wet lizard just walking through the halls.
To be fair, it is a college dorm. That's not a new smell.
God damn it.
It's not.
Uh,
It's not a new
yes,
smell.
someone steps out. Yes, the normal Udo the Frank with just a hint of sewage.
Yum.
Don't forget the dank goodness.
To be fair, he doesn't smell like sewage. He was sleeping in a pond that had or fountain.
I know,
So dumb. He's sleeping in a fountain that had constantly circulating clean water in it.
You don't know about him, how much he was rummaging through trash for food last night, though.
Again, still just smells like a college student then.
No.
Tell me I'm wrong. Not every college student, but some of them.
Yeah.
Yes. Some of them, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've forgone the need to bathe in order to focus on my academic education.
Who
In
needs-
truth, I really just decided I wanted to stop taking baths.
And just some people just don't care until they end up having so much grease in their hair you can refine it into a mirror.
gotta get gas somehow.
You just bring it out into the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've made myself grossed out.
Anyway,
Yeah. At this stage, you'd also be able to contact Cecil as well. So if we want to have a short conversation there.
yeah, just phone Cecil up, wait for answer.
I low-key kind of want to have one of the younger kids pick up the phone.
Hey, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
Message me which one you'd want to pick up the phone real quick. Just a name and age and gender. Just give me that.
Yeah, give me a sec.
All right.
I can play one of the kids if you want.
That's fine too. I don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, the phone picks up after a few rings.
You just hear like a young girl kind of like what is this? She has a bit of a lisp to her voice. It's a little high. Hello?
Hi. I was trying to get a hold of Cecil.
Oh, uh, Diesel is kinda. She's sleeping right now. I
Well,
think
sorry, go ahead.
I escaped the cuddle pile.
Fair enough. Would you mind waking Cecil up for me, please?
Aw, but it's so rare that she gets to sleep like this.
I'm sorry, but we have work to do.
Aw, okay. Cecil's been really, what's the word? It's not like she's angry, but, like, I think it's
Upset?
sorta? What, think Ben called it stress. Stress.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh. Ben said that Cecil doesn't get stressed all that often. Even though she works hard. So, take care of her?
I'll do my best.
Cool. Alright, mister. I'll wake up Cecil. You hear, like, the phone, like, kind of like tap tap, clatter to the ground. He's the tip tapping of running feet in the distance, like, Cecil, wake up! And then eventually
You
the
just
phone
hear
is picked
this.
up again. Yes.
I don't even know if that picked up.
It did.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. You just hear that and then next thing is picks up the phone. It's like, hey, Recon?
Yep.
Sorry. I think I left my phone on the nightstand. Faye didn't say anything weird, did she?
Other than escaping from a cuddle puddle.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I'll be there.
Okay, we're just all meeting up at the college.
All right. I'll
You just hear in the background, is that Cecil? Did you guys see Cecil on the phone? Delarka made something really cool!
Allie wants to show you something when
It's
you get
really
here.
cool!
Okay. All right. I just have some stuff to take care of and then I'll be right there.
All right. Well, we'll see you when you get here.
Thanks.
No problem.
Click.
Mhm.
Cecil will kind of just like stand there for a bit.
Yeah, as you escape the cuddle pile, you still have a few children clung to you.
Yes. And she gently like just puts them back onto the cuddle pile.
Yes, like rearranging kittens, you place them back in the pile.
Yes. Mm. And give Faye like a big hug. It's like, Cecil, are you going to be okay? Yeah. I'll be all right. It's for you guys. I'll be alright for you guys. And she kisses Faye on the top of her forehead. I'll go back to sleep. Too early. Faye runs back to the cuddle pile. And Cecil gets her stuff, including some stuff she had put away. She had hidden away. And,
You don't know what the day holds, so you want to be prepared.
yeah. But she takes it and, like, gets, like, a piece of bread at the very least before heading out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also imagine you do a little bit of a head count. You do notice that a couple of the kids are missing, but that's nothing new. Some of them do take up little odd jobs around the city just to make a little bit of extra money.
Yeah.
You know, and you try to tell them that they don't have to, but they still want to help out where they can.
Yeah. She knows like the older kids have jobs, so they would be out before she would be.
Yeah.
She worries.
Which is fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After but like today she's like especially worried. Yeah. But she grounds herself and just hops onto the cable car.
Yeah.
Just speeds off.
Best not to claw swing this early before you've fully woken up.
Mm-hmm.
That could end poorly.
Yep. Very poorly.
But yeah. You more or less are catching up with the rest of the group as they have all properly gotten themselves sat down and are starting to eat some food.
Mm-hmm.
This, by the way, the cafeteria can provide you with pretty much anything you want to eat. Obviously nothing super fancy. But it seems that you just say something you want to eat. The person at the very front of the cafeteria writes it down, puts it on like one of those little order tickets. It gets sent around a line into the back of the kitchen, which you cannot see from the front.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 to 10 minutes later, depending on what you ask for, just a tray containing it will slide out of a compartment next to it and with your order number on it. It's bizarre, but you don't question it.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking it's like, like the IHOP, like, deluxe breakfast. Like 2 pancakes, scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon.
If that's what you'd want to order, then yeah.
Yeah.
You're literally allowed to order anything you want to.
Yeah, she orders that. And some juice.
Yeah. Yeah, you get your tray and meet up with everyone else who's already sat down with their respective breakfasts, which makes me curious.
Just like a full 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
Cove Gums is literally every meat he could find.
No, Cove Gum just ordered meat. Meat, please.
No,
and they took him seriously.
So what I'm picturing is like, you go to buffets and they have like the giant metal pans. He just took one of those.
No.
or he tried to and they stopped him. Just like, yeah, you can't take that. Why?
I mean, as far as you can see, there's literally one person working the cafeteria.
Oh, so yeah, never mind. He probably absolutely could have done it.
Yeah. Like, it's one person in like a little kiosk that takes the orders, writes them down, and the food just comes out of a back room that you can't see into.
Oh, okay.
I want to picture how Cove Gum got his pile. It was not because he actually ordered, but it's like for the last 15 orders, he ended up just taking the food, just like, oh, that's there. That's there. That's there.
Oh, he was like studying.
Alrighty then.
No, not studying. Just taking other people's orders.
Oh, just like walking up and just be like, I don't know what those numbers mean. Take. People are probably
Exactly.
really annoyed with him. Well, the food is free, so they can just get their order again. So it's not a big deal, but he is wasting a lot of people's time. So this actually leads to an interesting point. What would your characters order for breakfast if given unlimited options?
Oh fuck! Now I have to think of actual breakfast. This should be easier since I work in a breakfast restaurant. It is not.
They don't have to order a breakfast item, but what would they want to eat in the morning?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Ponder and pontificate about it. I think I'm using that word correctly.
You are.
I think
Good,
I
because I'm
would
dumb.
have a bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, 2 cholesterol sausages, and a bowl of fruit with yogurt and maple syrup.
That is a much more normal breakfast than I would have expected from Alia.
Well,
Or are you expecting like spark plugs?
yeah.
Batteries?
I was expecting an energy drink to be involved.
Well,
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
and a glass of chalky milk.
Ah,
Chocolate
there it is.
Gotta have
Chocolate.
the chalky milk.
But also still spark plugs.
Just to see if they'd actually give you it, and they do.
Oh my god.
yeah, it sounds less of like an how you like being chaotic and more of how you just like, yo, can I get free spark plugs?
Shit.
Oh damn! Screw making my own. Maybe we can just grab him
Right,
from
so-
here.
So that's what Alu gets. What about Kovgum? Obviously, you've been stealing people's food, but what would he actually have put in as an order?
When told to actually make an order, just look at the pile of things that he has. Meat. Eggs. Enriched wood.
Rich
And
wood.
water.
They don't. The clerk doesn't seem to understand what you're asking for, but still writes it down. Seemingly honestly curious to see what will come out of the kitchen. Because even I don't know what you mean by enriched wood, other than fire.
What he means by enriched wood is anything plant matter that has a lot of energy to it. So that would be stuff like berries, fruits, vegetables, stuff that is plant matter that gives you a lot of energy when you consume it,
Fair
rather than
enough.
just like straight up eating wood.
Well, what he gets out is tree bark.
This is not what I ordered. He'll still eat it anyway.
And to receive energy from it. And it also tastes very spicy. Not like capsaicin spice, but like cooked like baking spices.
He got cinnamon. He got straight up cinnamon.
Nah.
It doesn't just
Well-
taste like cinnamon, it also has like hints of orange and mint to it. It's very bizarre. It
Yeah.
also has a texture that's surprisingly crumbly compared to just tree bark.
So, taste of crumb.
He has no
I don't know
concept
this-
of this product.
The wood is not what I ordered, but I got all this enriched meat. I am happy.
Yeah. What about Ryphon?
I'm trying to find a picture of it so I can show you what it actually looks like, what he's getting. Or what he would be asking for. Okay.
Ooh, chachuca.
Yeah, specifically he'd asked for beef shashuka with feta cheese and pita bread.
Alrighty. That'd be easy enough for him to be given. That also looks delicious.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
honestly.
I don't
Even
know what
it-
it's consistent of, but it looks tasty.
even in its most basic form, that shit is bomb.
It just looks like it would just be fried eggs with chili around it.
Poached eggs, actually. The eggs are poached in that sauce, and it's amazing.
It makes me think that sauce would have to be very hot when you put those eggs in there, but fair enough. Or you put that whole thing into an oven.
It's simmered on the
it looks
stove
like
with
a
a
pan.
yeah. You either simmer it on the stove with a lid on it, or you bake it in the oven.
Fair.
Just seems like murder.
Seems like it'd be very tasty.
Like very
And-
tasty, but like murder.
Yeah, and he'd
Yeah.
request for his to have extra spicy peppers in it.
Extra murder.
Just a little bit of extra murder.
Boy
then
likes
again,
some
he's-
spicy peppers.
He's a tiefling, and canonically in any of my world settings, they handle spice far better than most other races.
Unless
True.
they grew up on Bog Crest.
Listen, you would still even Monaghan handles spice better than a human that grew up on Bog Crest.
It just doesn't help that you also have a tiefling from Tesvarel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stone's like, it's like one of the only fucking things I like. Leave me alone.
So what you're
Yes.
saying is that they like the Spice Girls.
Yes.
Baby.
I imagine that the picture I'm about to post is probably what it'll look like that he gets.
Well, aside from the fact that it comes out on like a dish tray, it does look like the first image you sent.
Just like an individual serving one, so
Yeah. Well, looking at Kovgum's meal, the individual serving seems to be dependent on the person, which is weird because you're just making an order. They have no context for what you would consider a serving, and yet it still seems weirdly appropriate.
I'm trying to
What's about? Sorry.
I'm just apparently I found a picture of a shashuka in one of those little individual cast iron skillets, and it's not wanting to post because apparently the file's too big.
Ah, you're not a Nitro user.
No, I'm not.
It costs money, I don't blame you. But it also lets you upload images that are over, I think, 3 megabytes in size.
Yee.
If you go Nitro
Hey.
Classic, it's 50. It's a 50 max, and if you go Nitro Full, it's 100 max.
Yeah, it's nice, because you can actually upload decent resolution images.
Yeah, if you just
Yeah.
Google shashuka for one, you'll be able to find a picture of a shashuka in a little individual cast iron skillet.
Yeah. Alright, then, what about Zadi?
I I feel like Zari is just like paralyzed by choice paralysis because it's not just a list; it's just anything you want. Just and then he sees what rifle order is and just that.
Fair enough.
Well, you're not going to point to Kovgum's order.
No, that's too much.
You don't want tree bark.
I don't want tree bark and half a pig's worth of bacon.
It's sad that you think it's only half a pig's worth of bacon.
Oh, it's probably not.
No, but you actually do get out the same thing, though because of your relative size compared to Ryphon, the portion size is actually larger.
I'm okay with that.
You're not really sure how they're telling this, but they seem to be basing the amount of food you're receiving off of your physical body.
Sir, what are you doing?
You're being assaulted by a cat, aren't you?
Yes, it's raw.
Mow.
Give him a kiss and tell him I said I love him.
Mow, feed me.
Ash loves you. Now go bugger off and go play and have zoomies elsewhere.
Mow there.
And because Cecil had to step away for a second, let's go ahead and take bio break.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I said Cecil, I meant CJ. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Damn it, now I want to make myself shashuka.
There's probably very few things stopping you.
Not having time to do so during bio break.
Fair.
Well, there's for after session. You
I'm
could
gonna
make
be
one.
doing tie-dye after session. I'm gonna make Mom a rainbow t-shirt.
While it's
Fair.
if you bake it in the oven, then while it's baking, you could make some tie dye.
Fair point. But yes, bio break.
Yeah, it's a little bit early for one, but I figure it's a good time to do so.
That's fair.
Yee.
I think I'm actually gonna go get myself something to eat because I haven't eaten anything yet.
For sour candy.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Oh, it's just your average everyday thing where you forget to eat food.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Mine isn't usually I forget, it's just too fucking busy at work for me to be able to.
Oof.
My thing is that food is expensive, and I would pay a lot of money for food, but at the same time, I don't make that much money.
Fair.
I like food a lot, and whenever I eat food, I eat a lot of food.
Nothing can stop me from consuming.
Consume.
It wasn't entirely rare that in college I just would forget to eat for an entire weekend. And then I'd get to the college and there'd be like cafeterias, and I'd be like, oh yeah, food.
Oh yeah,
Uh.
sustenance.
Yeah, food, that's a thing.
I need that to continue living.
Yeah.
Did you only stay at your college during the week then?
Uh, yeah. It was only like an hour an hour and a half bus right away.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
One way.
All right then, I'm gonna go get some to snack upon. I'll be right back.
Josh. Shoot, I meant frack.
How is everybody tonight? If there's anybody still here.
I'm here. I'm. You know.
Doing better?
Yeah, I guess. Kinda. What would be your spirit animal?
My spirit animal. I don't know. I did one of those stupid "What's your spirit animal" quizzes that only gives like actually only 4 options, but I got wolf on that.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about like the "What's your spirit animal" in a joking manner, like people saying that a sloth is their spirit animal because they're lazy just like them.
I more meant like. I mean, yeah, that works. Like if you had an animal companion that just like lived as long as you did, what would it be?
Hmm.
And like you wouldn't have to worry too much about maintenance.
I don't know. There's a lot of good options out there.
What are you thinking? Like, what are some of these options?
Well, you got some of your more stereotypical obligate carnivores: wolves, bears, lions, eagles. And one that randomly popped into mind was octopus. And then you take a look at Australia, and there's so many bizarre things that we really need to just have with you, like ostriches, kangaroos, to or anything that'll really just go out of their way to kill someone, which is half of Australia, really.
That really do be more than half of Australia.
Various monkeys or apes, since they've got a lot of intelligence to them. A moose would be very Canadian.
It'd be very Canadian. But also very frightening.
Yes. But if the moose was my spirit animal, it would be a gentle giant like me. Terrifying at first. Actually, not so once you get to know them. That actually reminds me of there's a group of people who have like a pet bear
Oh boy.
in Russia.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And it looks so fun. Just have this giant furry tank that you get to safely play with.
I mean, you could also get that with the Saint Bernard.
Not big enough.
She's the Saint Bernard's way more than I do.
Did I ever tell you about how a Saint Bernard kicked me off a couch?
Holy! Oh yeah, you have. Oh my god. My spot.
Yeah, that was a very interesting time.
Bonk.
You know, it'd be a perfect one though.
Hmm.
A penguin,
A penguin.
because
What?
it doesn't have to do much. Walks around, be's cute, and will eternally judge everyone every time someone passes by the window.
Oh my god.
Are we talking about what Al would be if she was a zoo animal?
I would not be a penguin.
That's true. You'd be like a cheetah. Massive burst of energy followed by lots of sleeping.
This is fair, except you assume I go fast.
That's why I said massive burst of energy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily go fast.
No, you do go fast when you've had like a cup of coffee or a monster.
Oh my god.
Like I said, we just need to get her an espresso shot brewed with Red Bull and she'll fucking ascend to the fourth dimension.
Hell yeah, that'd be rad.
We'll discover if there's life on Mars. She'll see into reality.
She'll vibrate so much she can see through the universe and see if there's life on other planets.
Oh my god.
We already know that answer. Of course there is. But is it friendly?
And is it sentient?
Well,
Excuse me, sir, that's my seat.
I've got
Not
money.
anymore.
I've got money. I've got money on fungus creatures from Pluto.
Gentle butt pat make him move.
Usually I have to pick up my dog to do that. Cause he's a little bastard, man.
Isn't he also an older dog?
But he's also a little bastard, man.
Fair enough.
Dude, someone pronouncing SQL, not as SQL or SQL, but squirrel.
Okay.
Ah, never mind. Computer geek stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
I step away for 5 seconds and you hurt me like that.
Dude, but can you imagine though?
No, I don't want to.
Dude, it's like you're at a meeting and someone just says that and then your dogs go ape shit. No, we're just talking about databases. There are no actual squirrels.
Squirrel! Bark, 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 bark. But for the non-computer literate SQL, it refers to basically a language that you can use to access and modify a database, which is just a repository of data or collection of data. And SQL is often referred to as SQL. Much to the chagrin of a number of people. And then Al adds in that.
It's because it's an acronym. SQL.
It's like having someone pronounce hors d'oeuvres as hors d'oeuvres.
Gardevoir.
And then someone else goes,
Or devours.
but what if it was pronounced hose, hose divorce?
Oh my
What if it was
god.
pronounced hose divorce?
Meh.
Hose divorce?
Yes.
I mean, I guess hoes get divorces. Right?
Also, that tiny frog is very cute.
Yee.
Hey,
Whenever we tell him we can't have the robots.
I'm
But I want
just
it!
thinking of. I'm just thinking of like a the little squeaking toad,
Oh my god, the squeal of rage. The squeal
the
of
squeal
rage!
of rage. That's Aliu.
I'm also reminded of that gecko that was doing a scram because there was a fly in its cage.
Very good, very good. Sorry I had to leave in the middle of that.
No worries.
What everybody else order?
Food. Well, you know, Kovgrim got what Kovgrim usually gets.
Mm.
Enough food to feed a legion. And also tree bark.
Nice.
I couldn't think of anything, so I just went with Ryphons, which was the pictures up above. Because that made sense for Zara to be like, that.
Yeah, which what Raifon got was beef shashuka with feta cheese and pita bread and extra hot peppers.
Yum yum yum.
Which, that part, sorry, we'll probably regret. Oh god! Okay. Well, we're here now.
This is happening.
The spice.
It's just like one time at work when I put a lot of chipotle sauce on a burger, and I was like, "Oh, it won't be that bad." And I bit into it, and I was like, "Oh, we're here now."
This is how I suffer.
That sounds
No
like me
turning
the
back now.
first 2 seconds when I had my first taste of habanero, but then I like quickly acclimated to it and was like, oh wait, actually this is pretty good.
Yum.
Reminds me of I made some spiced kettle corn, and I decided I don't want to waste the chili pepper that had been soaking in oil to impart its spice out. So I ate the bit of chili, and it's just like, well, I instantly regret this.
One time, friends went to hot pot and we had half spicy broth, and then the other half of the pot was not spicy broth. And then one of my friends did the very sad mistake of only like skimming off the top of the broth, and so they only got spicy oil.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
ripperoni.
Yeah, I know from having done hot pot twice in a restaurant and several times just in the living room. Is that's not a good move.
Mm.
And here I am. I have ghost peppers in the fridge, and I've got Trinidad scorpions growing. I am going to face regret.
I'm masochist. Fucking
Ugh.
fusion.
I mean, I'm not much better. I bought a habanero plant to grow that before even knowing if I liked habaneros or not. Thankfully, I discovered by just getting some and trying a bite of one before putting it into a stir fry of, hey, I do like these. They're hot. Not gonna deny that. They're hot, but tasty.
Yeah, I also have a habanero plant, specifically habanero burning butch, which grows these pink peppers.
I have a quiet soup.
Woo! Light it on fire.
I heard I have a quiet soup, and I'm like, aren't most soups quiet?
Oh, definitely not.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Well,
not
no,
picking up
it's
because of
turned.
Discord auto suppression. I was smacking my spoon against the bowl.
Not. I mean, yeah. If you're having your basic, normal, boring soups, yeah, they're quiet. Not the
Do you-
forbidden soup.
Do you have the
Forbidden
screaming
soup.
soups?
That's when I drink a human.
Mmm.
That just sounds like lava to me.
Yum.
Lava screams when I throw people in it. Or is that the people?
That must
A
be
bit
the
of both.
lava.
Bit of both.
Yeah, I've always thought of it as the lava screaming in joy.
Yeah. Ooh.
Crunch.
I love cabbage soup so much.
Fair.
It good.
Mm.
It good, it warming.
It comfort.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Sorry about the delay, everyone, though.
No
Eh.
worries.
Are we all good to continue?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, picking back into it. What would Cecil order for breakfast?
Cecil would probably order kind of like, and this is like, I feel like Cecil would given the option of being given like practically anything without anyone encroaching or having to think about having to feed other people. She like takes a while, but ultimately like probably settles on like 2 or 3 pancakes, like blueberry pancakes with 3 slices of bacon, 2 pieces of ham, 2 pieces of sausage, maple syrup, and a tall glass of orange juice.
Nice.
Probably with an apple on the side too. Like a Honey
Nice,
Crisp
nice.
apple.
Very good.
Yes.
Who wants to guess what Philip orders?
A bowl
Cereal?
of cereal.
Is it cornflakes? All bran?
No.
Raisin
Cinnamon
bran.
Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon
No.
Toast Crunch has some flavor of it. Some flavor. Is it, porridge?
No. What he quite literally orders is 3 slices of toast and an apple.
That was my next guess. Toast. Ah, the boy.
So you can
Only-
eat 2.
Only dry
and-
toast?
Yeah, dry toast and apple and water.
So he can eat 2, eat the apple, and then realize he's late to class and run with the third in his mouth.
Very anime.
Nope.
No, but even anime, they have jam on it. Or butter.
Or butter?
Nope, dry toast.
God damn.
This
Just
is
as-
serious anime. Very serious consequences.
His breakfast is just as dry as his personality.
Ow.
Do you say that?
No.
I wouldn't doubt that Aoyu would say that, is the thing, so I have to ask.
No, but Kogum would see that and just go, "You're not going to survive on that," and just slap just like 5 sausages on top of his toast.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Are they cooked? Are they cooked sausages or no?
they would not serve him raw sausages at this place.
Okay, thank God.
Not unless he very specifically ordered them, and even then he probably still wouldn't get them because of food regulations.
Hmm.
He, like, just sort of scoots the piece of toast you slap the sausages on top of over, over away from the other ones he's eating. Just, I don't eat a lot in the morning.
You eat at all?
I eat.
Uh-huh.
I normally have, like, a bigger lunch is all.
A bowl of dollar ramen does not count.
Listen, it's he starts almost starting to raise his voice to rebuttal, but just stops. Probably all starting to wonder how this kid somehow committed a felony.
I committed a felony. Can't afford anything more than ramen.
Hmm.
Listen, he committed the felony so he could afford more than ramen.
That's fair.
I also just picture him being next to Kogum, wolfing down all this food in a single sitting. Just the Ralph Wiggum. Haha, I'm in danger.
Pretty much, yeah. There's also definitely clear nervousness to this boy's expression again.
I kind of want to imagine Cecil sitting next to Philip. So like, Philip is in the middle of, yeah. And like Cecil's just like, do you want me to sit in between you?
I'm afraid if I move, he's going to pick me up and eat my head.
He's not going to. No,
Just
he's not
looks
going to.
over at what Kovgum is doing. I don't
You're
want to
not-
move and potentially risk being seen as a target.
You're not food.
I don't know if he would care.
I was just like, You know, even if he couldn't see you, it wouldn't really matter, because he would just smell you out, so you could move. It'd be fine.
He just shrinks into his seat.
Not helping, Elio.
What? It's true.
Like, shrinking almost to the point that his head recedes into his shirt. Just slowly grabs a piece of his toast and continues eating.
I hate how we're like essentially kind of bullying him.
There's no
iPhone's
essentially,
not.
you are.
Hey,
Ryfon's
Kogum
not.
isn't.
That is completely untrue.
He's not doing so intentionally.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make it not happening.
We're not.
He's just eating.
After,
violently.
making threats to eat this kid yesterday.
I don't think he. Oh yeah, he did.
He definitely made implications.
Yeah, he did.
But also, he's not really sure how to feel about Kovgum right now, because Kovgum also did stand protectively in front of him when stuff started happening. So he's very conflicted right now.
Ah, yes, as he should be.
So, okay. He just keeps scooting that piece of sausage-laden toast further and further away from him. Like, with a fork that he somehow has that was not something he had originally. You don't know where it came from.
Does this boy eat toast with a fork and knife?
No, he's like picking the toast up and eating it normally, but he's not wanting to touch the sausage toast. He like just scoots it all the way over until it's on Kovkum's tray. Anyways,
I picture like he inches it. It's the moment it touches Kogum's tray, Kogum hand reaches, grabs it, and it just disappears with the rest.
just
Bless you.
bless you.
Did I not have my mic muted?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
What?
Or at the very least, it wasn't muted for the shut.
But it totally was. The light was off.
Anyway,
Well, apparently you screened past the muting.
Hey, at
Anyway,
least you
it's
haven't
fine.
gotten a kitten sneeze caught on stream.
No, instead she just sounded like a Pikachu that got kicked in the balls. Because it didn't catch the full sound. It literally just caught the sound. Anyways. So, eat. Everyone's here. Where do you all want to go from here? Like, Recon? Or should we try talking to someone? Or...
Allie's just like bouncing in there. She's just like, ooh, I made a thing. I want to show you guys something. I made it, and it's cool.
Is it gonna help us do what we're supposed to be doing?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get some soup. I'll be right back. You do what you're doing.
Okay.
He nervously inches away, not sure if you're about to pull out an explosive device or not.
There.
the fear of value trumps his fear of Kovgum, in that he's moving away.
He's also getting away from you now that you're fully distracted with your food.
We
I'm aware.
We gotta go to my dorm real quick. Come on, let's go.
I just imagine you pulled out of a backpack.
Oh, I mean, it's a big thing.
Yeah, and it could fold up.
Sure, okay, sure, that works.
I just can't get over the mental image of you unzipping a backpack, lifting it up, and slamming it on the table.
It it just looks like a box. It's just a metal box. It's just like you just see Allie just bouncing up with like shinies in their eyes. Check this out, guys. Boop. And it just turns into like it slowly starts like unfolding itself, and like it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And in front there's just a robotic dog. And I'm like, look. Juke, play Despacito. And she just
I can't obviously do it correctly because otherwise there'd be problems with VOD muting, but
Yeah.
Great. And then there's just like
he
lights
starts
everywhere.
playing Despacito, but the parody version of it.
Yeah! With like flashing lights everywhere, like, it's a jukebox! His name is Juke.
Everyone around you guys is sort of like looking at your table now, as there's this little like shaking its butt dog while its bark hole, its mouth,
It's bark hole.
Barkhole.
Listen, sometimes the brain autofills words in improperly,
No, yeah, that's fair.
but as its
I
mouth
just,
is just
like-
open and blaring Despacito. Have you ever seen the GIF of the one fat dog just like shaking its butt from side to side with its head down?
Yes.
It's doing that.
Ellie just turns to look at Cecil and look, it's even tall enough so if you climb it, you can punch my shoulder this time and not my stomach.
That's the one takeaway.
Cecil is just going to look at Aliu give the customer service smile and say, "I'm good, thanks."
Cecil's hatred of value grows by the second.
Ryfon's trying not to spray eggs across the table from his laughter.
Cecil's like close, like 3 steps away from body slamming Allie.
Just power bomb that blue man.
It's just like checks elbows.
He just like starts protecting their stomach.
Cecil continues eating her breakfast.
Yeah, just the moment the tensions get as hot to its peak, just Gogum. I have you stopped eating. Eat.
Oakum, you look up from your food to see a mechanical wolf on the table. That is currently shaking its butt for some reason. And there's just music coming out of it?
He will continue to eat, but he will keep an eye on this creature, judging its movements.
It moves like no wolf you have ever seen before. It must be a threat.
Okay,
Cool.
but
This is friend, not food. I made him. Please know my hard work.
but how's this supposed to help us with what we're trying to do here?
Just pulls up the meme. That's the Mickey Mouse in the clubhouse meme. The one that's like, that's a secret ingredient that will help us out later.
Why do I just imagine that because you said it that way that Alyu just pulls out a printed out version of the meme? Just like from the coat pocket.
Oh god.
Can I offer you a
Cecil's
meme
like,
in the
"Did you-
trying time?
Did you print that out?
Present memes.
Well, I certainly didn't draw it.
Everyone's staring at our table.
Oh, by the way, since
Oh.
Philip has left, Cecil's like slid in the place where Philip was, so that the seat right next to her.
Yeah, it's like those
Is open.
cafeteria tables that are like picnic tables, where
Mhm.
it's not like a booth where you have to actually like slide to get into position. You sort of stand up, but it's got like a big bench seat.
Mm.
What? Why is? And he actually sort of like seems to straighten up a little bit. Is that an Iron Defender model?
A what?
He a good boy, and he play music.
I just. Does it actually do things, or does it just play music?
It has lights.
I mean, normally they're built as combat assistant robots to fight alongside artificers. I've never seen one just play music and dance before, but I'm guessing it has other functions.
Yes,
Uh,
and hopefully it won't blow up.
Hopefully?
Don't worry about it.
I think I have every right to worry about it.
Listen, sometimes
Mm-mm.
you think
Not sometimes. Mm-mm.
you think I can get those bright colors with just LEDs? No, you gotta add a little bit of zhuzh.
LEDs are perfectly fine for lighting up something. I'm just not gonna
By
fight.
zhuzh, do you mean things like
too early.
magnesium and copper?
It's too early.
Yes,
No, I mean nuclear compounds.
it's fine.
That's how you get that vibrant green. You know,
What?
plutonium green. It's fine. Or uranium green.
Wouldn't that just be radium?
Yeah. Quite literally, it would be radium paint.
Perfectly
That's
safe
my-
so long as you don't get it on your skin or your lips or paint it on your nails.
Or any
That's
of
my-
your various bodily features that need not be mentioned on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's my favorite paint flavor.
If you want to see how that shit can fuck you up, just look up the Radium Girls.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Not body safe.
Nope.
Not body safe.
Nope.
Once dried, though, and having a varnish applied to it, makes for great glow-in-the-dark watch hands.
Sure.
Like
As long as you
that's
don't
how they
lick
got
it.
exposed to it. It was they were
Yeah.
painting watch hands with radium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, Philip comes back and sits down. So, if we are going to do this, are you all wanting to try to contact your agency first, or just do recon?
Kovgum finally stops eating.
We have multiple areas which we can attempt to survey. We have the feather, so we have their scent. It's difficult with the amount of scents in the area, but there is the possibility of tracking them down in the streets. We also
I
have
also
the...
know where one of their headquarters are.
Yes, you know where one of their dens is, which can give us further leads into the areas where they traverse. And finally, we do have the thing that leads us places. So that that might be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to be up to show us where its latest known whereabouts is.
Speaking of that, could someone say high or low for me?
Low.
No? Okay. Alright, that fell off the table.
Mhm.
Let's try that one more time with my arm as a brace. Oh, nice. That's a 1.
Yeah. Football.
Football!
Oh,
Football.
boom. Yippee.
I hope mine's football.
Alright, that'll become relevant later. Alright.
So, our first course of action is to investigate their den and see if we can identify either more features to track them down, or if we could get directions to potentially other dens of theirs.
Alright.
I
Seems straightforward enough to follow.
I do think before we do that, we ought to at least contact Ada and just let them know what's going on, give them further updates and what we plan to do, see if they have any suggestions.
I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess. Not really. Well,
Then,
yeah.
I suppose you could try contacting them while we're on a rail car trying to get to where the... And he looks over at Kovgum. The den is...
Sounds good to me. Keeps us from wasting time.
Alright then. He lifts up his bowl of soup and just slurps it all down.
Kovgum does the same, but with the entire tray of the remaining amount of food.
Yeah, he just... Yeah, you chomp it all down. All of it, it's gone. It was
Including
curious.
just some mysterious dents in the tray itself.
Yeah. Just eating the fucking tray.
He was eating off the tray like a hungry hippo.
I mean, would that surprise any of us though?
No.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
He just accidentally scarfed down the whole last tray.
He would die.
Would he though? I mean,
Yes.
I guess he's not a goat.
Even
Yeah,
goats don't really do that much.
True.
No, in the tray return, there's this one tray that is
Get
all
into
bent,
this shit.
misshapen, and it has a whole bunch of holes in it.
Yep. The table around where Kovgum was is filthy.
He licks the table. No food wasted.
God.
Yeah.
Tastes kind of weird, Kovgum. Tastes kind of weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then.
Yeah.
If anyone was curious, he was drinking miso soup.
Fair.
That's such a great breakfast.
Yee.
It's delicious at any moment.
Yes.
It's actually
What
really
happened?
good. It's one of my favorite things to sip at when I have an upset stomach, honestly.
It is. It's great.
I actually have dachi. I could make miso soup for the morning.
Dun dun dun.
I don't actually remember what's in miso soup, but that seems like something he would eat.
It's basically just dashi broth with miso dissolved in it, and usually topped with like green onions.
Green onion, seaweed, tofu,
Good stuffs.
good stuffs. Good mild stuffs.
I think it would be vegetarian, wouldn't it?
Yee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so. Alright.
Depends if you consider fish vegetarian.
It would be
You don't have
pescatarian.
to. Yeah.
If you use like proper dashi stock, would be pescatarian. There are vegetarian options you can use though.
And everything I was reading, miso soup doesn't have fish in it.
Dashi's
Dachi is fish stock.
It's
therefore it
Never
would
mind,
be
anyways. It wouldn't have been that. Oh well. Doesn't matter that much. Alright then. Well, I guess let's get a move on.
Yep.
We'll be heading further towards the northern slums. So, hope you all don't mind your clothes getting dirty.
looks
So
at
you just
clothes that are just full of holes and stuff already.
he
Ugh.
takes off their nice burgundy vest and like you just like on the outside you just see like the sleeves that are nice and gray, and then he takes off the burgundy vest and underneath is just oil stains. Nothing but oil stains.
It was gray. Now it is just black.
Gogum looks up from the table. Just grease all over his face.
You know what? That's don't know why I'm surprised.
Yeah.
All right then. Let's go. Yeah. He will go ahead and take you all to the rail cars, and while you are in transit, you wanted to contact the Ada agency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming Ryfon's doing it.
If nobody else will, he'll do it.
Yep.
I mean, do you want Govum to be delivering the report?
Hovcom does have a phone.
No.
He does. But do you want him to even attempt that?
I also like Kovgum's phone is literally just like the kind of phones you give your grandparents.
It's a June bug.
Yeah, I couldn't remember
Kovcom's
the name.
phone is Kovcom's phone is a
Jitterbug.
Nokia.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It is.
It's
It
a
would be.
Nokia that actually has a large like a keyboard pad.
Mm.
And is waterproof because they know Kovcom.
Because he will just straight up dive into the fucking water with it.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming then it's Ryfon that's making the call.
Yeah,
Yee.
makes the most sense.
All right, so you give him a ring, and after a few rings, it picks up with the familiar voice of Krista. Hello, Ada Agency. How can I help you?
Hey, Krista, it's Ryfon.
Oh, hi, Ryfon. How are things going?
Um, bit foobar.
Well, these cases are never easy.
Yeah, I mean, well, we found the kid who had the item, but he doesn't have it any longer.
All right then. Any updates on its whereabouts then?
Well, he has a good idea as to where it is, but, we might be having to deal with gang activity.
Can't say I'm surprised. That type of thing is pretty common.
Yeah, they're, Phil, what'd you say they were called again?
Oh, the Crimson Wings.
Ah, thank you. It's a gang called the Crimson Wings.
You can hear some tapping on a keyboard. Okay. Pretty low level thug gang as far as I can see. I guess it shouldn't be too hard to deal with. Do you all need backup or anything?
We might. I mean, we're all still pretty green with this job, so we might need it.
Alright, well, if you would like to request backup, I can try sending some in for you. I believe Charles and his group aren't on a mission right now, so they should be able to come in.
Alright.
It is typically protocol that you confirm that backup is needed, though, because at any moment we might need to dispatch elsewhere. You know how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, heck, happened our first day on the job.
Yep. Yeah, things are pretty hectic lately. In fact, we're even having an anomaly show up in that area is pretty weird.
Yeah, which, if what we think is the anomaly is what it is, and he'll just give the rundown of what, it seems like the anomaly is, or the anomalous item.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So it didn't originate from the Steam District. It was
No,
brought into there unintentionally.
yeah.
Well, that's a bit of a relief. We were actually starting to worry that anomalies might start showing up in the Steam District, which is, as I told you before, it's kind of unheard of.
But one being brought there accidentally.
That's a bit more understandable.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Alright then, so do you have any other questions you'd like to ask or anything else you'd want to report on? Oh, how's your support agent that we were told about?
Oh, Cecil?
If that's their name. We weren't really given a lot of details.
Oh, they've been really helpful.
That's good. Are they interested in actually taking up the position?
That's a question I think to ask Cecil, not me.
Well, I assume you're with them right now.
Oh, well, here I can just hand the phone off to them real fast.
So you just hand your phone off to Cecil?
Yeah.
Alright then.
Diesel will take the phone. Hello?
Oh, hello, hello. You just hear a relatively youthful female voice from the other end of the line. A little bit nasally, but understandable enough. So this is Cecil?
Yes.
Alright then. So I'm curious, how are you liking the position so far?
Um, it's certainly strange. Um,
Well, that is a pretty normal comment we get.
it's yeah, glances at Alhu and Kokum. Yeah, it's you hired quite the colorful array of people, myself included.
Well, all walks of life. We deal with some pretty strange things, as I'm sure you understand by this point.
Yeah.
So we need some pretty equally strange people to deal with them.
Yeah, I understand. Um, uh, but why, if I may ask, Miss, why are, um, what are you asking of me? I guess I wanna, I should say.
Well, you got recommended by a pretty high up there to actually assist our ADA agents and potentially join their ranks, so I was just curious what you're thinking of the job so far. I mean, I'd never force someone into this kind of line of work. It's difficult and admittedly very dangerous, so
Mm,
I like to ask and make sure people are sure of what they're getting into.
um, I'm no stranger to danger, ma'am. Rhyming not intended. Um,
It rarely is. It's very difficult to intentionally rhyme sentences consistently.
um,
If you don't want to give
right
an
now,
answer now, that's fine.
yeah, I'm thinking through a lot of things right now.
Yep, that's entirely fair. I was mostly just curious about you since you were recommended to us merely in position rather than any personal information, so I didn't really know who we were even dealing with.
Um, may I ask who recommended me?
Uh, the Spire head, one Mistress Stonefield.
What did they have to say about me?
You're a very reliable worker who's incredibly adaptable, maneuverable, and diligent. And that you are no stranger to bizarre occurrences. Which is kind of our job description on the nose.
I see. Well, maybe when we have this situation under control, I'll give you a more proper answer.
Well, that's perfectly fine. Alright, could you give the phone back to Ryphon, please?
Of course. It was nice talking to you.
It was nice talking to you, too. I look forward to actually meeting you in person sometime.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And Cecil will hand it back to Ryfon.
Alrighty.
Yeah. As Cecil's like hands it back, like Cecil has like a lot more pensive look on their face. As she like just turns and continues to walk down. Or just kind of just sits there because I'm assuming we're in the rail car.
Yeah, by this point, you'd be in the rail
Yeah.
car. You can, like,
Yeah.
scoot further away if you wanted.
No, I think she'll just like sink down a little bit in her seat, arms crossed.
Fair enough. You put the receiver back to your ear, Ryphon. Okay, not gonna lie, she sounds adorable.
I'd have to agree.
Alrighty then. So, if you need any further assistance, just make sure. Sorry, just make sure to contact us again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I don't know if this is relevant, but Tank followed us yesterday.
he showed back up at the office not too long ago, so I guess that's not too surprising that he was out.
Well, I mean, so long as he's... Sorry. So long as he's, safe.
Oh, don't worry, nothing's gonna hurt Tank. He could literally have a skyscraper fall on him, and he'd climb out eventually.
That is both amazing and terrifying.
And proven.
And then he would demand his crunchies.
No, he wouldn't demand his crunchies, he would demand wet food.
It's so weird that she hears. She doesn't hear. Sorry, she hears me.
Don't think about it too hard.
All right. I
He has black
guess...
holes for eyes.
I guess Zari would be able to hear the conversation because better hearing, because Ryphon does not have his phone on speaker.
That was also just me just kind of making a joke.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Zari wouldn't. My perception is 9.
I have cat ears, but they only hear when bell tinkle. Alright then. Anything else you think you might need, or anything, or something you might want me to look into, maybe?
Well, we've been dealing with these weird surveillance drone bird walker things.
Bird walker?
Like,
Like it has bird legs?
they're like cameras on legs, yeah.
Cameras on legs.
That's pretty weird.
I mean, that could just be normal Steam Kingdom weirdness. I don't know.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, that does kind of seem like Steam Kingdom weirdness. They do make some bizarre creations.
Yeah, it's just we managed to catch one, and it had the symbol of the object we're after on it.
Hmm. Wait. Like, the object was projecting its presence?
I don't know. I just know that when we looked at the viewfinder, the symbol was on the viewfinder. If I'm remembering wrong, please let me know.
No, you're correct. You're correct. That is what happened.
Okay.
Or at least that's what happened with the first one you caught.
I mean,
And with the second one.
it happened with at least one of them. I think that might have been the case with the one that Cecil managed to chase down.
Actually, Cecil, yours was talking.
Yeah,
Which I don't
And I
know if you
told
ever
everybody.
told it. Okay,
I have told.
good. I don't
Yes.
remember if that ever got mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one Cecil managed to deal with had that as well, and it was talking too.
Somebody was talking to me in many disembodied voices.
That's a little bizarre.
Yeah.
But again, you're dealing both with an anomaly and with the Steam Kingdom. So that's 2 levels of bizarre stacking on top of each other. But I will say that that is a little alarming. Because if it's an object projecting a presence, that might be cause for concern.
So we should probably just go ahead and call in that backup.
Try to track it down and see who's holding it. If you see any other signs of anomalous items around it, then definitely call us in.
Can do.
Yeah, because presence of mind and personality can still be Stratos level. if it's starting to draw other anomalies in towards it, then you're dealing with the Stellos level, and you definitely shouldn't try to deal with that by yourselves.
Gotcha.
Okay. Keep me updated.
I will do my best to do so.
Yeah. I'll have Charles and his group on standby if you need them.
That would be much appreciated.
Alright. Be safe, you all.
Will do.
You just hear the phone on the other side click.
Oh boy. And Ryphon will relay the stuff that Krista said to the rest of the group.
Alright.
Obviously
Relatively
just the
easy to do
stuff.
so.
Yeah. Obviously just the stuff Ryphon heard, not his hearing ain't that good.
Yeah.
And even if
Yeah,
he
so
could,
you-
he wouldn't, because that was private information.
Yeah.
See,
You relay that Cecil apparently sounds adorable.
No, we'll keep that to himself. He doesn't want to embarrass Cecil.
Fair enough. Yeah, you essentially just relay everything that was heard, so people who heard it outside now have the context for why they heard it.
Yee.
Alright then, so there's a good chance we could get back up at least. It's a little bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah.
Did she say anything about updating our tracker? Because this thing is being in use.
Interesting enough, as you look at it, there is a green light binging on it.
Ooh, new information.
it being
Yeah. Aliu, as you look down at your wrist to see the screen, it is currently lit up and is currently showing a bit of tracking information.
What kind of?
As if it's actually a working radar for a change.
whoa.
Oh wow,
Oh wow.
it's
Breakthrough.
useful finally.
There's still another light on it that isn't lit up. You don't know what that's for. But at least the top green light is currently lit up.
We have data, boys. We have
Yeah.
information.
Okay, so we have a way to track it now. Excellent.
Alrighty then. As you all are arriving in the slums, you're currently getting information, as you're looking through, that it seems that the anomaly is currently inside of a large warehouse. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the buildings in this part of the city, it's not giving you a name of the place, but you can actually make your way towards it. Like, you're getting positional information, it just doesn't have a name registered to the place. Because at any moment, it could change. Via violently or peacefully.
Right.
So that thing on your wrist lets you track these things?
When it wants to, when it feels like it.
Not a very reliable tracker, but hey,
Hey, don't look at
better
me. I
than
didn't
nothing.
make it.
Of course, if you made it, it would start singing.
No. It
You're,
would
you're
just-
saying that you wouldn't let it sing. You wouldn't
No.
make it so it could sing.
I would make it so it played video games.
Of course you would.
Actually, I still might.
You might be able to put boom on it.
Oh, yo. But you could put boom on anything.
Yeah, you
Wait,
can play it on
kids-
a toaster.
People still play Boom.
Oh yeah.
What?
People have never stopped playing that game. They recently released new ones.
Oh,
Some critical acclaim around them, but they're
Oh,
still pretty fun.
I know about the new ones. I just didn't know people are still playing the ones from when I was a kid.
Yeah. People, honestly, they're never going to give those up.
I saw one time some guy playing Boom on a fridge.
Yeah.
Yo, maybe I can get it to play on Juke.
Wouldn't doubt it. It probably has the processing power. I'm s- that wouldn't be a good pun name. I was about to say Pyrim.
To the crest.
Yeah. Infinite walking simulator. No. Yeah, it's weird. People just constantly won't give it up and just keep playing it on new pieces of technology that can support it.
And basically everything can support it.
It was a
Yeah, it's
fun
not very.
game.
It's also not very resource intensive. As you all are getting closer to the warehouse, how would you like to approach?
Um,
Because at this point you're about a block away.
Mhm.
I'll say this, you've probably been walking for like 20 to 30 minutes at this point. Having this idle chat about the video game boom.
yeah. While they're yammering on, Kogum's one keeping a close eye on if anything's observing them.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception check for that sake.
That is an 11, so not great. And he is
You're fairly
once
sure
they,
nothing has been watching you this time.
that is good. And as they're getting closer, he's going to keep a particular eye out for entrances, alternative locate, uh, alternative paths, sewers, waterways, for example, the openings, areas where they could be seen.
Yeah. Yeah, an interesting bit of context for your current location. You are actually towards the bottom of the giant skyscrapers right now. These slums are the small bits of land at the very bottom next to the massive waterways that run between the skyscrapers. They just have small buildings built on top of them, usually starting with warehouses that, as more corporations want to take them over and actually build taller and taller buildings, these giant warehouses you're walking around right now are actually what become the skyscrapers around you. Per how you were described whenever you went through the Castile building. Or Castelle building. Again, depends on how you want to pronounce it, because it could be pronounced either way.
Cecil.
But how that had the several levels of warehouses on the bottom levels of it. Yeah.
You were saying, Aliu?
Wait, you been around this block before?
Have I?
Recognize anything? Yeah.
Have I,
you,
Ash?
Have you specifically? Let's make a history check and find out.
Let's roll that history check.
And I'll roll a probability check.
Starting off strong, boys.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong.
You should have had the bad juju rules at the beginning.
But bad juju on lore, though.
Oh no.
Never specifically in this part of the city. Usually the slums you had any dealings with were more in the eastern part of the city.
Mhm.
So that's also kind of near where the residential plate where the orphanage is.
Okay.
But again, you have heard of the Crimson Wings before. You're aware that they are typically operated out of the northern part of the city, so the fact that you're here does kind of make sense.
Mm.
But partially because of that reason and the fact that the Crimson Wings aren't really super big fans of humans, it's good reason to avoid them.
Yep.
Unless you have specific business with them.
Would
Yeah.
would Ellie know around this place for illicit substances? Not to consume, but to build with.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that Ayu might do drugs, but at the same time, I understand.
No, I don't.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
That's a question only you can answer, Al.
I haven't really thought about it, dude.
They just strike me as someone who might eat a little too much Adderall
I mean,
and
yes,
or more.
but I'm assuming that in the Steam Kingdom, Adderall is super not illicit.
It's not. A lot of drugs aren't illicit. Again, not a whole lot of laws in the Steam Kingdom. So, yeah, you can go ahead and make a history check. Go ahead and roll a 80 for you as well. Well, howdy ho. You've actually been to this area before. Not specifically to this warehouse. Actually, you know what? The probability score was pretty high, so I actually say it's been a while since you have been here, but this warehouse, from what you recall, was previously used to produce, interestingly enough, volatile chemical agents.
Of course, Alia would go where the explosives are.
So specifically things like alchemist fire or chemically treated oils and things of that nature.
Checks out.
Chemically treated oils, gasolines, other like volatile compounds. Essentially things that need to be kept under very strict storage rules or what were kept inside this factory. But it's been a while since you've been down here. Because after you actually got into working with a proper storefront and a proper actual forge place, you started getting access to more savory locations to buy your materials from.
Checks out.
Less danger and only a slight increase in price.
Huh. For once, I have been here. It's been a while, though. Can't really remember much, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been at least a few months, and both you and Cecil would be fully aware that that is plenty of time for a business to completely change its purpose, especially in the Steam Kingdom. So you're not sure if that's what's still in here, but at least you're a little forewarned.
Mm.
Right? But as far as you're aware, you all have not been observed on your pathway here, and you have a vague idea of what this warehouse was for.
Mhm.
I'll say
Um.
also as well that's because you rolled so high for this Alu. The next closest warehouses to this place, one was specifically for producing different rubber products, and another was simply a cement warehouse. Like, produce different types of cement and concrete.
Okay. But I don't remember where the entrances are.
You remember that it does have a main entrance in the front, and that it has, like everywhere has, it has shipping exits in the back.
Okay.
But that's pretty standard across all warehouses built in the Steam Kingdom. They also have big windows along the top floor that overlook the sort of factory storeroom floor. But those are like a good 60 to 70 feet in the air.
Is there a waterway near the warehouse? Or is it surrounded by buildings on all sides?
There is a waterway near it, in the sense of the fact that it's near the edge of one of the plates. So there is, like I've described this before, how pretty much the entirety of the Steam District is built around the actual like water level. That is the fact that the entirety of Crater City is sitting on a massive reservoir of water. The Steam District is literally built from the base of that water up into the air, pretty much as far as they can build without the building collapsing. And then sometimes it still collapses. They just rebuild it.
Steampunk Venice.
Yeah.
Steampunk Venice.
So there is actually there is actually the water rushing around the side of it. It's a little turbulent, looks kind of dangerous to swim in, especially because there's a lot of garbage floating around in it. But there is water. You could try swimming around behind the building.
Okay.
Yeah, at this current point, you all are approaching it from what would essentially be the front. The back and the back of the building and the right-hand side of the building are pretty much waterways, whereas the front and the left-hand side of the building are still on land.
So, how do we want to do this? Do we run and gun? Do we Christ, words.
They're
Blink
pretty hard
around.
sometimes.
Do we infiltrate from below?
I would
Do we-
think we'd probably want to figure out how many people we're dealing with first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking I could scout ahead.
There is water.
You hide in the water, and I go from above. If I get in a spot of trouble, you can hop out.
We need to figure out how many there are so we can determine whether or not I need to call in that backup.
Well, I'll keep my communications open. I can head on ahead.
Oakum just walks towards the water.
Alright then.
Yeah.
Kovgum, I'd like for you to make an athletics check for me. And Cecil, I would like for you to make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh wait.
Why? Why roll
That's
20?
not stealth.
Oof.
Because I'm assuming since you were saying you wanted to go from above, you're going to use your climbing claw.
Yeah.
I will specify, Kovgum has a swimming speed, if that makes any difference.
It's not that you're not going to be able to swim. It's that that was a check for see how quickly he'd be able to move through the fact that this is essentially difficult terrain in water.
I did worse.
Oof. Big oof.
A big oof.
All right, so you all watch as Kovgum jumps into the water and immediately has like a barge of garbage start rushing over him, and Cecil shoots the climbing claw up into the air and almost misses the building.
Doing great, guys. We're doing great.
Jukebox just quietly starts playing Splish Splash, I was taking a bath.
All right. I'm going to have to roll for the fact that Cecil is going to take a little bit of damage for this.
Owie.
Oh no.
And Kovgum, you are moving at a slow rate.
Okay.
Venice water's dirty.
Especially,
Splash.
yeah. Especially if you look at Venice, but it's instead of being a kind of normal stone-built city, it's the waterways surrounding a gigantic industrial nightmare.
Mm. Gross.
All right, Cecil, you took 3 points of damage as you were slinging yourself up. You rammed yourself into a pipe.
Oh, wait. Dunk.
There was like a
You
pipe.
just-
There was like a pipe going
You-
between the two buildings that you didn't notice, and you essentially clotheslined yourself with it.
I really did. I took it for the team.
You just hear Juke just like Roblox oof sound.
Oof.
Oof.
I'm gonna destroy that dog.
I love the time that I love the implication that Al, you just spent like half the night programming in memes into the dog, and or
It's just
getting an
kinda
internet
s-
connection.
Yeah, it's just got a soundboard in it.
The built-in soundboard.
How
Jukebox
sad!
soundboard.
Oh, how sad! Jukebox played Despacito, but yeah, it. You managed to recover though. Go ahead and make another one.
That's better.
Yeah, you managed to recover and not clothesline yourself again as you reposition. I'm assuming you were wanting to try to look in through those top windows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. You dig the claw into the top of the building and lower yourself down slowly. And go
Yeah.
ahead and make a perception
Cecil-
check for me.
Yeah, Cecil has like her hood up.
Yeah, you're in parkour mode.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Kovgum, I'd also like for you to make a perception check as you're making your way slowly, of course, as you're making your way slowly around the building.
Yeah, he's going to be looking for, keep an eye out for two things. One is if there's any pipes or openings in the water, because there are caves that do have additional openings underwater.
Yeah.
And also just going around the back to see if there's anything around the back.
Alrighty.
A 10.
With a 10, you don't not see anything because these people aren't hiding right now. While looking to see if there's like a pipe that you can climb into on the bottom, while you're diving down, you do find one, but the water that's rushing out of it is literally too much for you to push up through. And it burns your nostrils as it like pressing into you. It's not clean water by any stretch of the imagination. So you would decide that's not going to be a path of egress for you.
He hates it.
Yes. However, while you're swimming around the back, you are actually able to see into those dock entrances that are around the back of the building, because they are currently open. You'd be able to see 3 individuals right now, all of them red-feathered kinkus, which Kovgum doesn't have a lot of experience with.
No, he just sees 3 giant birds.
Yeah, you see 3 humanoid birds, which, the fuck? You've like
Herb.
seen some humanoid birds before, but it never ceases to be weird to you. Because you're just
Yep.
like, that is a huge thing I could eat.
Question: How does one spell kinku? Because it's not this way.
Aenku.
Yeah, Kenku.
Okay. There. Thank you.
What did you... never mind, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you typed in or what it popped up.
Look, I wrote it, but with an I instead of an E.
Gotcha. I understand.
Yeah.
Inku.
Kinkaku.
Hey.
Oh yeah. You do see 3 of those individuals currently talking to each other next to one of the dock doors right now. You can't make out what they're saying, though, unfortunately. And there's not even lips to read because they just open their beaks and you can tell there's sound coming out, but you can't make out the words. Meanwhile, Cecil,
Mhm.
did you want to approach from the side of the building or from the front? Or from whatever side you wanted to, honestly.
I'd approach it from the side.
Alright, so I'm assuming from the left side since that's what's got ground below it.
Mhm.
Alright, so you approach from the left side, looking into the windows there. Already you can see probably in total from what's just on the factory floor, 6 individuals.
Mhm.
All of them appear to be Kinku from your current vantage point, which not really surprising if they're members of the Crimson Wing Band.
Mhm.
And you can confirm that not only by the red coloration of the feathers, which some of it doesn't actually appear to be natural, because you got a natural 20. You could see that some of them seem to have dyed their feathers that color.
Mhm.
But it's also because some of them, specifically 2 of the ones by the back entrance, and 2 of the ones that you can see roaming the floor right now, almost like they're doing some kind of guard patrol,
Mhm.
are wearing across their shoulders a small sash that depicts a red wing.
Okay.
And you can also see, because you currently have the vantage point to see this, there are 2 more individuals doing a similar patrol around a catwalk going over. And it's almost alarming because at first you think they're going to notice you, but they don't because they rolled garbage on their perception. So that's why I didn't even bother having you roll stealth.
Yee.
But you are looking at them, and there are 2 more of those individuals who are currently patrolling the catwalk above the factory floor, or above the warehouse floor, because it's not technically a factory.
Yeah. Okay.
So in total, you see 8. You're not sure if there would be any more inside of the actual structures inside the warehouse, like the office or anything like that, because
Mhm.
unfortunately you just don't have the vantage point to see inside those, even with a natural 20.
Mhm.
But you do see everyone who is apparent on the floor.
Okay. I relay that information to the group.
And Kogoma, head dipping just above the water line, will push the button and just go 3.
Yeah, everyone else aside from Cecil hears the 3.
I zoned out hardcore and I don't know why. Could I please get a repeat of what it was that Cecil saw?
6 on the floor, 2 walking in the rafters above them.
Al, I will break your ankles. And I will give no context as to why.
It's a pun. That's all you need to know.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Cecil currently sees 8, and currently Kovgum is seeing 3 of those 8.
3 of the 8? Okay.
Yeah, Cecil can see everyone who's currently on the floor, whereas from Kovgum's current position, and due to his admittedly somewhat poor roll, he can only see the 3 that are standing by the dock entrance.
And Cecil doesn't know if there's anybody in the offices,
Yeah,
and
because
she relays that information.
you don't currently have a perspective on those places, even with the natural 20.
Mhm.
Yeah. I will say, based on that natural 20 perception, though, those 3 by the back entrance are not standing in a guarding type position. They're just sort of chatting. You're not sure why. It is the specific 3 individuals towards the front of the building and the 2 walking around the catwalk that actually appear to be staying vigilant and attempting to be on guard.
Okay.
And I will also give you this because of the natural 20 as well. You do not currently see the item on any of these individuals. You're not sure if they would be wearing it right now or if they'd have it in like a pouch, but you do not see it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Both of, like, the entire group has relayed this information through the use of the badges and Cecil with a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you don't want to leave your position until you have to.
Yep.
Same.
So, we have a number.
Yeah, at least 8.
Do you think we need backup?
Well, there's 5 of us. A 6 counting Phil if you're wanting to help. I don't blame you if
can't
you
say how much I'll be of help, but I can try.
I don't blame
do
you if
have
you
this.
Allie just looks offended and points to Juke.
I don't know what Juke's capable of, sorry.
He good boy.
Okay, aside from companionship, I don't know what he's capable of. How's that?
He defend. He attack. No, wait, what was it? He protect. He attack. But most importantly, he don't steal snack.
Anyway. Zori, what do you think?
I mean, I don't really know if these individuals are really like combat trained or if they're more just petty thieves. So,
I mean, from what I experienced with them, they're more get in, get out, and steal. They don't normally fight. They normally rely on speed, but I know for a fact that there's one of them who is able to fight, and he's scary.
What's he look like so we can either avoid him or be on the watch out for him?
He's not actually a Kinku.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what it's called. He's an Aarakocra?
What's...
I'll take
You-
2.
Would Recon know what Aarakocra is?
Go ahead and make just a general intelligence check.
I'm sorry, how do you
And
write
I'll get it for you.
13.
Someone else get that. 13? I mean, you remember, you live in the Central District. You've seen most walks of life. Admittedly, it can be kind of difficult to differentiate between a modern Kinku and a modern Aarakocra, because, historically speaking, they used to both be of very specific races.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kinku used to only be ravens, or crows.
Corvids.
Aarakocra used to only be... No, specifically ravens and crows, not corvids.
So no blue jay ones.
No. Yeah, very specifically, it is known that in history they used to only be ravens and crows.
Yeah.
Aarakocra used to only be hawks and eagles. But over the course of time and history and just general things changing, both races devolved to being pretty much any type of bird, with the minor variation of the fact that normally Kinkus are still smaller breeds of birds, where Aarakocra are larger breeds of birds. So things like large birds of prey or carrion birds. Like vultures and stuff of that nature. But the most clear distinction between the two is the fact that Kinkus don't have wings, and quite a few of them don't actually have a voice of their own. They can only speak through mimicry. Some of them do develop their own voice, but it's actually kind of rare. Whereas Aarakocra don't have the same mimicry restriction, and they do have wings. Like, they can fly.
Oh, okay. So the bigger bird people who can fly. Gotcha.
Yeah. He's a bearded vulture, Aarakocra.
Ooh, I bet he looks badass.
He does, but I'm also terrified of him.
Hey, fair, fair.
Yeah, I don't know his actual name, but maybe this is ironic, or maybe this is just him being dumb, but the whole group just calls him Red.
Eh.
He's actually kind of where the whole group gets its name, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, colors as names. I'm kind of familiar with that.
Oh, yeah, I hope that wasn't insensitive.
Oh no, my mom's just a hippie, is all.
Oh. He gets confused look, but then snaps back to the reality of the situation. Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to bet if anyone's in there and has the item, has the necklace on them, he's probably the guy holding it.
Okay, anything we have to look out for if he's the one who's got it?
And he seems to think for a second. I mean, he's actually a competent fighter. That's one thing.
Okay.
Would he be alone?
No, he wouldn't be alone. I mean, he's always got his group backing him up.
And his group is
Kinkus we've been talking about
only
this whole time.
so he doesn't have like a special guard.
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen one. It's always just been him and the Kinkus.
Okay.
To my understanding, they all kind of look up to him like a guardian or something like that. Or like a deity. It's weird. They praise him very readily. If you ask me, it's kind of like when a bunch of people in a school all look up to like a jock football player, you know?
Cult.
Yeah.
Hooray, cult
just-
stuff!
He just agrees.
He's just like nodding. Yes.
But yeah, I mean the Kinkus around them, they can fight. They're more about speed, you know.
Duke just starts playing the Sonic theme.
Dun, 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 dun. That's the Sonic theme. Actually, I think it is one of them. There's a lot of Sonic themes.
There are
Yeah.
a few.
Okay, well, with that in mind, you're more familiar with these folks than we are. Would you suggest that we just go ahead and call in the backup or just keep them on standby?
I mean, I've never seen you all fight except for when you and he just like rubs his leg and attacks me.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I can definitely say that the axe you hit me with hurt a lot more than the one time one of them stabbed me.
Okay, so...
I'm so glad me getting stabbed is funny to you.
Oh, I didn't like Ellie wouldn't laugh. It's just my brain
I
is
don't believe that.
my brain can be pretty nasty sometimes, you know. So
Go
so
on.
so when you said
Let's-
that, my brain was just like, so you see you've been penetrated before.
Of course.
God.
I knew you were gonna say it. Gonna slap you. Gonna slap you. So, yeah. I actually think you all can probably take them on. I mean, you said you took on the defense robots that were the Castile brand, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, they attacked us first, but yeah.
I mean, those would probably be stronger than these guys. There's a reason why they wanted them.
Are the defense robots here? Would they keep them here? Or would that be putting all of your eggs in one basket?
Now that was racist.
I wasn't intending for the pun, but it just kind of happened.
I mean, your friends up there looking, did they see any?
I'll ask, and Rifle will just shoot, like, for his interest in staying quiet, just shoot a text message and hope that Cecil's got their phone on vibrate.
Oh yeah, always.
One of the guards
always.
looks around just like, why is the Sonic theme playing? The funny thing is, random sounds are just kind of a normal occurrence in the Steam Kingdom anyways. It's not really much to question.
It's like when a guy drives by and he's got his windows down and he's just got the music cranked up all the way up. That's just an every hour occurrence in the Steam Kingdom.
I
Yeah.
legit had that happen with someone go down my street playing a Poets of the Fall song. It was pretty awesome.
I've had it happen with someone playing Barbie Girl, and it was also equally awesome.
I love it.
Glorious.
Actually, one of the people I went to school with used to arrive to school every day in his car, blaring Barbie Girl as loud as his speakers would allow. And he had like one of those bass boost in his trunk.
Oh my god.
It was
Nice.
certainly something to wake up to every morning. But yeah. Yeah, Cecil, you don't... There are crates in there that might have stuff in them, but you don't see any walking the floor.
Yeah. I don't see any. No robots. Not at least not. Nothing that we've seen before. There are a bunch of crates around, but it doesn't look like they've been opened or anything.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, it looks like they've been specifically nailed for shipment.
Yeah.
Might be within our best interest to not open those crates. You know.
Probably not. I mean, I'll say this. Even if they do have that item, those robots don't just turn on. It's a process to get them to activate. One that I actually kind of explained to them, but he kind of like rubs the back of his head. It's still something it would take them a while to do, so I don't think we'd have to worry about them doing it unless we get completely distracted for like 2 or 3 minutes while one of them is just messing with them.
Okay.
Going to attack this place, and from where?
Split up and hit them by multiple sides. How big is this place?
I mean, it's the size of a warehouse, so pretty big.
Okay, like I mean,
Like the number of people walking around this place is like the bare minimum to even try to keep surveillance around it.
okay.
Mm.
Because again, it's like a full-size warehouse, so it's pretty big. Well, if we're going to split up, you have your one friend around the back. Should some of us go around to try and help him?
Yeah, I can go. Wait, is that? Yeah. I think I'll try.
Aoyu pulls out a knife. I'm ready.
We should try and keep this. We should aim to subdue, is what I'm saying. Subdue, not kill.
Philip looks at his glove. I'll try.
You just
I
try.
will say this: they're not gonna try to subdue you.
That's fair.
We'll do what we can to just subdue, and if they make that impossible, that's unfortunate.
I also don't know if your other Blizzard friend knows the meaning of subdue.
He might.
Rip the heads off.
Recon.
Just give me confirmation.
So we're
Well-
moving in.
Maybe we should all attack from the same side, though. I don't know.
It would certainly be more surprising. Or just as surprising as a attack from both sides.
Yeah.
We'd be
Again,
able to at least draw them all out.
So it would be Kovgum and Alu. I guess me and you, Gryphon. And then Cecil up there. Where do you want to go, Sorry?
I mean, I'm not really gonna be able to get up there with Cecil, but should probably throw up defenses somewhere, considering.
I'm still on the ground. Yeah,
What?
aren't I?
I thought you were.
Am I on the roof?
Based on previous conversations, you're still dangling from the roof using your phone to text them.
Hanging around.
Like, I'm literally currently picturing Cecil just standing sideways on the building using their phone.
Like Spider-Man, just walking up
Well, I
the side
was
of
more
the
like
building.
imagining when you, like, rappel climb off of something.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just imagining this into the Spider-Verse, like Peter B. Parker just walking.
Fair enough.
So you just have Group A, where they're just sitting there in an alleyway chatting. You got Group B, Cecil, who is Mirror's Edging / Spider-Man. And then you have Group C, where Kogum is just swimming idly in trash.
Yeah, he's a trash alligator.
He trash man.
Alright, well... I'm not gonna lie, sorry, I think we probably might need you more up here, because I think Kovgum's probably enough by himself.
Probably. I don't exactly fancy getting in that water either. He's far more agile than I am. At least there.
Oh yeah, Alu's gonna have to swim around to the back of the building, isn't he?
I can hold my breath.
Can you swim?
Trash.
I'm partially amphibious, so yeah, I would hope so.
Are you amphibious?
Partially.
Really?
Yeah.
I just figured you were blue.
Okay, well, that's how that works then okay. He doesn't see any reason to question this. He doesn't actually even know what you are.
Partially amphibious.
Like most humanoid races.
Damn, that is actually an ability they have.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
That's it? I wasn't aware of that.
No, it is.
Yeah, Videlkin are weird.
Well, yeah, that one I knew. I just didn't realize they were partially amphibious as well.
Yeah. Alright, then you're good to go around. Alright. I will admit, I knew they had some kind of swimming ability, but I did forget that they essentially breathe through their skin.
They don't have a swim speed, but yeah, Alu can hold their breath for a long time.
For an hour.
I can.
They aren't technically even holding their breath, they're just breathing through their skin. And eventually their skin gets saturated with water and they can't do it anymore.
Man, that's
Yeah.
going to reek.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a not touched upon fact that we don't think about very much. The fact that Alu does not breathe through his mouth. He breathes through
Hooray.
his skin.
Mouth breathers.
I will break your wrist this time. I can't keep going after the legs. You must learn the lesson through more pain.
Oh, no.
All right. So you all have a game plan. With everyone moving into position.
Yes.
Ye-
I will say this. If we go into combat tonight, it's going to go for a while.
It is, yeah. I'm already
we-
really tired.
Yeah, do we want to call it here for the night then?
I would rather,
Yeah,
personally.
might
I
as
do have
well.
to work tomorrow.
Okay. Then we're going to call it here as you are moving into position to make your attempt at an ambush attack on the Crimson Wings.
Ye.
Yay!
And maybe I will eventually say a consistent name for one of my organizations.
Yes,
Maybe.
because we were originally introduced as Red Wings.
Maybe someday.
Were they not
Again.
like Scarlet Wings at some point?
It's insert synonymous with red wing here.
Next time on the Burgundy Wings.
Burgundy Wings sounds like a restaurant that would sell really good barbecue wings.
It
Just sounds like a
does.
clothing. It just kind of sounds like a clothing store to me.
Fair.
I think it's because I'm thinking of like Burlington Coat Factory.
That's fair. But yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Ye. Alright, anybody got anything they want to or need to shout out, promote, or announce?
Y'all should watch Mitchell's versus the Machines. It's really good. Really funny. Recommend.
Is that
It's a movie on Netflix.
Wait, I think I actually know what that is now that I'm thinking about it. Is that the one where it has like the mom that freaks out and destroys robots?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Neat.
What the I don't have anything to shout out.
Yeah. I just hope that you're all well and taking care of yourselves.
Promises.
Doing my best.
And that is the
I-
best you can do.
I
That is good
refuse.
enough.
All I can say is that I looked up disgruntled sewer gator and somehow found this.
Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck? That's odd. Alright.
And here we see Kokum after 12 packs of beer. He found a parade and joined it. What is this human tradition of kick leg high? I can kick leg high. Yeah!
Nah.
Gum does Pilates.
Kokum does hot yoga.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, but if that is the only shout out and a little bit of silliness, then I guess I will do the outro stuff. If you enjoyed tonight and would like more of this modern take on D&D, you can join us most Thursdays. We're going to take some off, obviously, at or around 7 p.m. EST for more Project Ada. And then if you still like the energy of this group but want something that's at least a little closer to traditional D&D, You can join us most Saturdays on this same channel at or around 8 p.m. EST on those days for the more traditional setting, but definitely still has homebrew goodness. Scattered Realms campaign.
Yeah. My current longest running campaign that I've ever DM'd. It becomes more and more terrifying as the days progress.
Yee.
Not my fault.
It partially is.
No.
You did the original one that I now am following up.
What did I ever do to make your campaign more difficult?
By allowing me to join yours.
To be fair, there were a decent amount of options to say there that were all probably accurate.
I went with the truest and most accurate one.
The other one is letting me play a gunslinger that's not a fighter.
I literally gave you that archetype to make you play the one that wasn't a fighter.
Yep, but now I can use Echo Knight.
Which is going to make things very complicated.
Yep.
But I don't have to worry about it for another 3 levels.
2.
Fair enough. But yes, if you want more Project Ada, this channel most Thursdays at or around 7 p.m. EST, probably closer to 8 p.m. if we're being honest. And then if you want to check out Scattered Realms, that will be most Saturdays, 8 p.m. EST, probably a little closer to 8:30, 9 o'clock, depends on how fast everybody can get together. And I think with that, we ought to sign off for the night. So if everybody would like to say goodnight.
Good
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you when we see you next.